The historical mindful movement will share historical information that happened on the same date and month from year to year. This is so that the history we learn can make us appreciate the past and trigger us to do better in the future. Historical Mindful Movement begs not to click the like and subscribe buttons on this channel. On this occasion, we will review the events that happened on May 22nd from year to year. On May 22, 1176, Salahuddin Al Ayubi escaped an assassination attempt near Aleppo by the Hashashin, an underground organization operating in the Arabian Peninsula. The attempted assassination was caused by the mayor of Aleppo refusing to submit to Saladin's leadership. The mayor of Aleppo then ordered the Hashashin leader, namely Rashid ad-Din Sinan, to kill Saladin. The Rashid then sent 13 of his men to kill Saladin at his tent. The assassination attempt failed because the 13 murderers were detected and immediately executed. Despite this failure, the mayor of Aleppo continued to reject Saladin's leadership until 1183. Salahuddin is well known in the Muslim and Christian world for his leadership and military might. His knightly and forgiving nature to his enemies, during the Second Crusade, made him remembered as one of the best Muslim war generals of all time. On May 22, 1762, the Trevi Fountain was officially opened, and inaugurated by Pope Clement XIII in Rome, Italy. The Trevi Fountain is one of the most beautiful and famous fountains in the world. The name of this fountain is taken from the location where the fountain is located, which is at the intersection of 3 roads. The 3 roads in question are D. Crochiki, Pali, and Del Murat. In its construction, the Trevi Fountain took 133 years, which was started by the design of the architect Nicola Salvi and completed by the architect Giuseppe Panini. At the end of its construction, the Trevi Fountain had dimensions of 26.3 meters in height, and 49.15 meters in width. The Trevi Fountain has a well-known myth that when someone throws a coin into the pool with their right hand over their left shoulder, they get good luck. The luck in question is: if a tourist throws 1 coin, the traveler will return to Rome. Throws 2 coins, the traveler will fall in love with someone who is beautiful. Throws 3 coins, the traveler will marry his soulmate in Rome. It is estimated that around 3,000 euros are thrown into the Trevi Fountain pool each day. The money is used to help residents in need to shop for necessities at supermarkets in the city of Rome. Because of the popularity of this myth, the famous director from USA, namely Gene Negulsko, made a romantic comedy film entitled 3 Coins in the Fountain in 1954. The Trevi Fountain has also appeared in several famous films, such as Roman Holiday in 1953, Federico Fellini's La Dolce Vita in 1960, and the Lizzie McGuire movie in 2003. Not only appearing in several famous films, the popularity of Trevi Fountain as a romantic place also appears in the video clip of Bon Jovi's song Thank You for Loving Me. The beauty of the Trevi Fountain was tarnished by the vandalism committed by Graziano Cecchini on October 19, 2007. This action made the water in the Trevi Fountain pool turn red. He repeated a similar action on October 26, 2017. On May 22, 1802, Martha Washington died at the age of 70. She is known as the First Lady of the United States because she is the wife of the first President of the United States, namely George Washington. During her lifetime, she was often referred to as Lady Washington. In her honor, her name was used as the name of the United States warship at that time, namely USS Lady Washington. This is the first time the name of a woman has been used as the name of a U.S. military ship and the first naming of a person who was still alive at that time. On May 22, 1819, SS Savannah left the port of Savannah, Georgia, United States. That was the beginning of the voyage of the first steamship to cross the Atlantic Ocean. The SS Savannah was still equipped with sails because the captain did not know how much coal his ship would need to cross the Atlantic Ocean. On May 22, 1849, Abraham Lincoln was granted patent number 6469 for his invention, which was named Buoying Vessels over Shoals. This makes him the only president of the United States to ever hold a patent. His invention serves to lift the boat by floating so that it can pass through the heap of sand along the shallow river estuary. When the crew knows the ship is stuck or is at risk of hitting a shallow riverbed, this tool can be activated. This device consists of a large, flexible pouch that runs along the side of the boat. The volume of air in this bag can be adjusted by compression or expansion. This accordion-shaped device will expand the air space to lift it above the water's surface, thus providing enough space to avoid disaster. On May 22, 1863, in the American Civil War, Union forces began the siege of Hudson Harbor, which lasted for 48 days. This became the longest siege in U.S. military history. The American Civil War is a civil war in the United States between the states in the North and the states in the South that occurred in 1861 until 1865. The background of the war was the Confederation faction who wanted to separate from the pro-unity stronghold of the Union. On May 22, 1868, Julius Plücker died at the age of 67. He was a mathematician and physicist who is known as a pioneer in the investigation of cathode rays, which eventually led to the discovery of the electron. Julius Plücker is also known for his contributions to the field of analytic geometry, such as Plücker coordinates, homogeneous coordinates, Plücker relation, Plücker embedding, and Plücker formula. For his various contributions, Julius Plücker was awarded the Copley Medal Award in 1866. On May 22, 1906, Orville Wright and Wilbur Wright received United States Patent Number 821,393 for their flying machine. In the end, that date became a historic date in the world of aviation. On May 22, 1927, there was an earthquake with a magnitude of 7.6 in China with the epicenter near Gulang, with a death toll of more than 40,900 people. This earthquake is one of the deadliest earthquakes in the world. On May 22, 1960, there was an earthquake with a magnitude of 9.5 in Chile with the epicenter in Lumaca. This earthquake became known as the Valdivia earthquake because the city of Valdivia was the city with the worst impact. The Valdivia earthquake, or also known as the Great Chile earthquake, which occurred for 10 minutes, was able to cause a tsunami that reached southern Chile, Hawaii, Japan, Philippines, eastern New Zealand, southeast Australia, and the Aleutian Islands in Alaska. This made it the strongest earthquake ever recorded in history. On May 22, 1962, Continental Airlines Flight 11 crashed in Unionville, Missouri. 44 of the 45 people on board died instantly. One survivor also died an hour and a half later after being rescued at St. Joseph Mercy Hospital in Centerville, Iowa. The incident on this plane was caused by a suicide bombing by Thomas G. Doty. He placed the bomb on the used towel holder in the back toilet on the right. The motive was for his wife and daughter to raise $300,000 in life insurance. His wife tried to collect the insurance, but they canceled the policy because her husband's death was considered a suicide. His wife was able to get a $3 refund only. Flight 11 is dramatized on Air Crash Confidential, a TV program that investigates air disasters from around the world. Air Crash Confidential broadcasts in the UK on the Discovery Channel and in Australia on Discovery Australia. In July 2010, the Continental Airlines Flight 11 monument was erected in Unionville, Missouri as a memorial to commemorate this dark event. In May 2012, a special 50th anniversary ceremony was held in Unionville. On May 22, 1967, there was a fire incident at La Innovation department store in Brussels, Belgium. In just 10 minutes, the size of the fire was able to devour almost the entire shop. The incident left 251 people dead, and 62 injured. The fire marked the worst single-building fire in the world since the Niterói Circus fire, in Brazil on December 17, 1961, and Belgium's biggest disaster since the Bois de Cazier coal mine fire, in Machinel on August 8, 1956. On May 22, 1968, the nuclear-powered submarine USS Scorpion sank to the ocean floor of the Atlantic Ocean at a depth of more than 3,000 meters. The site of the sinking of the USS Scorpion lies on the eastern edge of the Sargasso Sea at 740 kilometers southwest of the Azores, Portugal. The USS Scorpion is a skipjack-class, nuclear-powered submarine serving in the United States Navy. The USS Scorpion went missing along with 99 of its crew members. Until now, it is not certain the cause of the sinking of the USS Scorpion ship. USS Scorpion is one of two nuclear submarines belonging to the U.S. Navy that went missing under mysterious circumstances. Another nuclear sub that has also been lost is the USS Thresher. The disappearance of the USS Scorpion became one of the four submarines that mysteriously disappeared in 1968, while the others were INS Dakar, Minerve, and K-129. The sinking of the USS Scorpion is immortalized in a song called "The Scorpion Departs But Never Returns." The 4-minute 15-second song was created by Phil David Ochs in his sixth album entitled Rehearsals, for retirement in 1969. On May 22, 1974, Irmgard Flug Lotz died at the age of 70. She is a mathematician and aerospace engineer known as the first female engineering professor, at Stanford University in 1961. She was a pioneer in the development of the theory of intermittent automatic control, which has been widely applied in hysteresis control systems. These applications include guidance systems, electronics, fire control systems, and temperature regulation. During her life, she received many awards, some of which are elected as a member of the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics in 1970, an Achievement Award by the Society of Women Engineers in 1970. In honor of her contributions, the Wilhelm Flug and Irmgard Flug Lotz Memorial Prize was founded by the Division of Applied Mechanics at Stanford University for outstanding graduate students. On May 22, 1983, Albert Claude died at the age of 83. He is a cell biologist who is known to be the first to use the electron microscope in biology. In 1930, he developed a cell fractionation technique. This led him to discover the agent of Rauus's sarcomer, namely components of cell organelles, such as mitochondria, chloroplasts, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, ribosome and lysosome. In 1945 he published the first detailed cell structure. In recognition of his services, he was accepted at the University of Liège in Belgium to study medicine without the formal education required for the course. For his discoveries on the structural and functional organization of cells, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology, or Medicine in 1974. He shared the prize with Christian René Marie Joseph Viscount, Dubé and Georges-Émile Paulet. On May 22, 1987, the first Rugby World Cup kicked off with a match between New Zealand and Italy at Eden Park in Auckland, New Zealand. On May 22, 1990, Thomas Rocco Barbella, or better known as Rocky Graziano, died at the age of 71. He is a professional boxer who is known as the holder of the world middleweight title from July 16, 1947 to June 10, 1948. Graziano is considered to be one of the greatest knockout artists in boxing history. The Ring magazine ranked Graziano 23rd on its list of the 100 greatest hitters of all time. In 1955, he published his autobiography entitled Somebody Up There Likes Me. Based on his autobiography, a drama film with the same title was made. The film won an Oscar in 1956. Throughout his boxing career, he has played 83 matches in which 52 knockouts. For this achievement, Graziano was awarded several awards, such as elected as a member of the International Boxing Hall of Fame, and inducted into the Nassau County Sports Hall of Fame in 2007. On May 22, 1990, the Arab Republic of Yemen and the Democratic People's Republic of Yemen united to form the Republic of Yemen. Yemen is the only republic in the Arabian Peninsula. The Republic of Yemen is a country in the Arabian Peninsula in Southwest Asia. Its largest island is Socotra, which is located about 415 kilometers from the south of Yemen off the coast of Somalia. The island of Socotra is so isolated that 1/3 of its plants and animals can be found nowhere else. The plants and animals that are endemic to this island are Dracena cinnabari and Chimaelio monaches. On May 22, 1997, Alfred Day Hershey died at the age of 88. He is a bacteriologist and geneticist known for successfully proving DNA as the genetic material for life. In 1940, Hershey began conducting experiments with bacteriophages with Salvador Luria, Max Delbruck, Adam Hasnain, and Mila Hatala. They observed that when two different strains of bacteriophage had infected the same bacteria, the two viruses were able to exchange genetic information. In 1952, Hershey and Martha Cowles-Chase conducted their famous experiment, namely the Hershey-Chase experiment. The experiments provided additional evidence that DNA is not a protein, but the genetic material of life. At the time, most scientists assumed that it was proteins that carried the information in heritable traits. For his discoveries about the replication mechanism and genetic structure of viruses, Hershey was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1969. He shared the prize with Max Ludwig Henning Delbrück and Salvador Edward Luria. On May 22, 1998, José Enrique Moyal died at the age of 87. He is a physicist and engineer known for his contributions to aeronautical engineering, electrical engineering and statistics. Some of the contributions throughout his career are Moyal products, Moyal bracket, and Kramer's Moyal expansion. On May 22, 2007, Pemba Doma Sherpa died at the age of 36. She is a mountaineer known as the first Nepalese female climber to climb Mount Everest via the north side, and the second Nepalese female climber to climb Mount Everest from both sides. She is one of 6 women who have climbed Mount Everest twice in 2000 and 2002. In 2002, she became the leader of the Nepal Women's Everest Expedition. She is also known as the founder of a charity organization, namely Save the Himalayan Kingdom, which focuses on the education of Nepalese children regardless of caste. In 2007, Pemba Doma fell from a height of 8,000 meters while descending Lhotse. In Tibetan, Lhotse means southern peak. Lhotse is the 4th highest mountain in the world at 8,516 meters. On May 22, 2010, Martin Gardner died at the age of 95. He is a mathematician, cryptographer and writer known as the Elder of the American Puzzle. As a popular American writer in the fields of mathematics and science, he has produced more than 100 books productively. Annotated Alice is his most successful work and has sold over 1 million copies. For his various contributions, he was awarded several awards, such as Leroy P. Steele Prize for Mathematical Exposition in 1987, George Polya Award in 1999, Alan Dorfer Award in 1990, and Trevor Evans Award in 1998. On May 22, 2010, Inter Milan beat Bayern Munich with a score 2-0 in the UEFA Champions League final in Madrid, Spain. This made Inter Milan the first and only Italian team to date to win the treble winner. 2 goals in that pinnacle match, scored by Diego Milito in the 35th and 70th minute. This makes him the UEFA Player of the Match. Meanwhile, the fan version of the best player in the match led by referee Howard Webb was Wesley Sneijder. On May 22, 2010, Air India Express Flight 812 crashed over a cliff while landing in Mangalore, India. It killed 158 of the 166 people on board. Many bodies were found on board, still wearing seat belts. This flight accident became the deadliest accident involving a Boeing 737 to the followed Lion Air Flight 610, which flew from Jakarta to Pangkal Pinang on October 29, 2018. On May 22, 2010, Hasri Ainun Basari died at the age of 72. She was the 3rd Indonesian First Lady from 1998 to 1999. She is also known as Hasri Ainun Habibie because she is the wife of the 3rd President of Indonesia, namely B.J. Habibie. Before her death, Hasri Ainun Habibie was sentenced to have ovarian cancer. She has undergone 9 operations, 4 of which were major operations while the remaining 5 were exploratory operations. As a doctor, Ainun Habibie is known for his high dedication to the world of health, especially in the management of eye diseases in Indonesia. This prompted the Gorontalo provincial government to build a provincial hospital, Hasri Ainun Habibie in Limbodo, Gorontalo in 2013. Currently, the Ainun Habibi Hospital is being developed into a Gorontalo State University and a referral hospital for areas in the Tamini Bay area covering the provinces of North Sulawesi, Gorontalo and Central Sulawesi. Several films were made to commemorate her, where Ainun in the film was played by Bunga, Citra Lestari in the film, Habibi and Ainun in 2012, and Madi Ayanda in the film, Habibi and Ainun 3 in 2019. On May 22, 2010, Uka Tjandrasasmita died at the age of 79. He is a historian and archaeologist who has served as director of the Protection and Development of Historical and Archaeological Heritage, Ministry of Education and Culture. While in that position, he carried out restoration and archaeological excavations in 26 provinces, including the restoration of 121 temples and historical relics throughout Indonesia. Uka is also a prolific author of books on Islamic history and archaeology, such as Sultan Ajeng, Tirta Ayasa, Great Enemy of the Dutch Company in 1967, and Islamic Archaeology of the Archipelago in 2009. On May 22, 2011, a tornado with an F5 scale hit Joplin, Missouri, killing 158 people and causing $2.8 billion in damage. It is the seventh most expensive and deadliest single tornado in United States history since April 9, 1947. This particular tornado was unusual due to its increased strength, faster speed and larger size, reaching a maximum width of almost 1.6 kilometers. This tornado is the third tornado to hit Joplin since May 1971. On May 22, 2011, Manchester United FC officially won the 19th Premier League title after holding a draw against Blackburn Rover FC with a score of 1-1 to determine the title with Chelsea FC. That achievement surpassed the record number of titles for their rivals, namely Liverpool FC, which got 18 titles in the domestic league. On May 22, 2012, Tokyo Skytree opened to the public. Tokyo Skytree is a broadcasting and observation tower in Sumida, Tokyo, Japan. With a height of 634 meters, Tokyo Skytree is the tallest tower in the world, replacing the Canton Tower, which has a height of 604 meters. Apart from being the tallest tower in the world, Tokyo Skytree also has the title of being the second tallest building on Earth after the Burj Khalifa, which has a height of 829.8 meters. On May 22, 2015, the Republic of Ireland became the first country in the world to legalize same-sex marriage in a public referendum. The referendum results showed that 62.07% of the Irish population voted in favor of same-sex marriage. On May 22, 2017, United States President Donald Trump visited the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. This made him the first president of the United States to visit the Western Wall. The Western Wall, or what is now known as the Wailing Wall, is an important place and is considered sacred by the Jews. This wall is the remnant of the wall of the Temple in Jerusalem, which was built by King Herod. The temple was destroyed when the Jews rebelled against the Roman Empire in 70 Anno Domini. The length of this wall was originally about 485 meters, and now the rest is only 60 meters. This wall is 19 meters in height. The Jews believe that this wall was not destroyed because that is where the Shekinah resides, the divine presence. They believe that praying on the wall is synonymous with praying to God. This wall is divided in two by a dividing fence to separate men and women. Orthodox Jews believe that men should not pray together with women. In the Islamic version, the wall is the place where the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, tied his winged mount, namely Al-Buraq, on the Isra and Mi'raj event. The Wailing Wall is part of the Al-Aqsa Mosque complex, which is the third holy place for Muslims. On May 22, 2017, Nicholas Patrick Hayden, or commonly known as Nicky Hayden, died at the age of 35. He is a professional motorcycle racer who has the nickname the Kentucky Kid. Nicky Hayden died 5 days after falling into a coma as a result of an accident he experienced while cycling near Rimini, Italy. During his 12 years career at the MotoGP World Championship from 2003 to 2015, Hayden's best achievement was in 2006. At that time, he became world champion with the RC211 Volt V motorbike from the Repsol Honda team. His victory that year was phenomenal because in addition to breaking Valentino Rossi's winning record for 5 years in a row, he was able to win the world title by winning only 2 of the 17 series that were contested. When entering the last series at the GP Valencia, Nicky Hayden was 8 points behind the class leader, namely Valentino Rossi. On paper, it is easier for Rossi to defend his title than Hayden, who is on his way to becoming world champion for the first time. But who would have thought, when the race started, Rossi fell on lap 5th. Although Rossi was able to continue racing and finished 13th, he lost the title because Hayden finished 3rd behind Troy Bayliss and Loris Capirossi. Hayden's victory in the last MotoGP series in 2006 was able to break Valentino Rossi's victory 5 times in a row. In his honor, number 69, who was synonymous with him, was finally retired in the MotoGP event. On May 22, 2019, the riots in Jakarta ended. The riot was related to the rejection of the vote count results for the 2019 Indonesian presidential election. The riot, which was attended by more than 1,300 demonstrators, killed 8 people and injured more than 600 people. On May 22, 2019, Muhammad Arifin Ilham died at the age of 49. He is a preacher who is known as the founder of the Islamic boarding school Ads Zikra in 2000. He died after being hospitalized in Penang, Malaysia, due to lymph cancer. He is buried at the Ads Zikra Islamic boarding school complex on Mount Cinder, Bogor Regency, West Java. That's a collection of history that happened on May 22nd. If there is history that you just know in this video, you can write it in the comments column. Thank you.